My name is Dr. Victor Etwire. I'm a consultant pediatric surgeon. I'm the president of the Ghana Association of Pediatric Surgeons, and I also belong to Hope for Little Lives. I work in Korle Bu Teaching Hospital and also render service to other facilities in Ghana. Today, I want us to have a little chat about esophageal strictures. Now, in my facility in Korle Bu, I have been seeing a lot of children who come to us with blockage of their esophagus. Now, the esophagus is the connection that is between the mouth and the stomach. Generally, when we eat, the food passes through the esophagus and gets into the stomach for digestion. Unfortunately, some children come to us and cannot eat. The reason, it is because they have a blockage in their esophagus. Not because they were born with it, but because they drank some corrosive agents that cause such a hideous injury to them. How does this come about? Now, in our communities, a lot of our mothers, a lot of our parents are trying to make ends meet, reduce their expenditures by preparing soap in their homes. Now, to make these soaps either for domestic use or for commercial use, they purchase caustic soda. Caustic soda is a caustic agent, very corrosive in nature. Unfortunately, it is white like sugar, or when it is dissolved, it appears like water, clear water. We've had instances where a child, in preparing gari soakings, a very common food that we have in our communities, took caustic soda thinking it was sugar, put in his gari, added water to it, drank it, and you know what will happen. Another child, also being thirsty, saw this clear liquid in a container, in the usual bottles that we have our water stored in, drank it, and he got burns to his mouth and to his esophagus. The consequence of this action of theirs was they having burns in their esophagus, with it healing to become a stricture. They now couldn't eat, and that became a problem for them, for which they have to undergo many weeks and months of surgical work. And so, coming to you this day, I just want to bring our attention to our parents. There are a lot of solutions that we use in our homes. Caustic soda, if you are preparing soup. Some of our mothers have nail varnish removers. So when they have applied their Q-tex, there are these agents that they purchase to remove the Q-tex from their fingers. These agents look clear like water. And so when our children are in the house and they want to drink, they are thirsty and want to drink water, they may accidentally take some of these. We also do prepare bleach, akesha, and what have you. They come in different names and different preparations, but the thing is that they are very difficult to distinguish from water in the eyes of our little ones. And so we want to entreat our parents that let us be very careful when we have such dangerous chemicals in our homes. Let us put them in safe places. Let us put them in places that children cannot have access to. Let us put them in containers that our children cannot open them, because once they get access to it, the consequence can be very damning, even to the extent of us losing the lives of these little ones. And so I want to beseech parents that domestic accidents are real, they are there, and we need to protect these children from having these accidents. Now, when they have these accidents, most of the time we readily will give them palm oil to drink so that we induce some vomiting in them. Now, before I go to the action of palm oil, there are other agents. People have drunk kerosene thinking it is water. They've drunk a lot of tablets, taking in a lot of tablets thinking they are toffees and all that. And all these can poison our children significantly. So we need to be very, very, very cautious about these problems in our homes. Now, when they take these agents in, we often are we rush to give them palm oil to drink so that it will induce vomiting. That is very dangerous, because when they take in the palm oil, much as it will induce vomiting, it causes this corrosive agent that they have drank to have a second exposure to the esophagus. So when they drank it, it caused an injury. When they are vomiting it, it also causes a second injury to them. And so it causes a double damage. The other thing also is that when they vomit, they often inhale the vomiters. And so they end up having injuries to their lungs. And so this child not only has the injury from the agent in the esophagus, but he now has an additional injury to the lungs, and that actually causes a great harm to them. And so I would advise that if a child takes in a corrosive agent in the house, please, please, please rush the child to the nearest facility. Giving them palm oil to drink is not advisable to do. Now, back to the corrosive strictures. When they have these strictures in the esophagus and cannot feed, please send them to a hospital. There is care available for them. I have been, for the past 7 to 8 years, been managing children with esophageal strictures. We dilate them so that they can now be able to eat normally as we want them to do, and they grow well, being wonderful children. If it is not possible to dilate them, we do offer them surgeries so that they can have their esophagus re-established so that they can eat. So our take-home message for today is that let us protect our children in the home. There are a lot of domestic accidents. Be mindful of that. Keep dangerous liquids away from them. Keep them in safe places under lock and key so that they cannot have access to them. And should they accidentally have access to them, please take them to the nearest health facility so that they can obtain expert care at the appropriate time. Thank you for listening, and God bless you. Keep our child safe and keep them free from domestic accidents.